Good afternoon, guys. It is December 2nd, 2021. On this video here, I want to talk about just Kirby vacuum cleaners in general. Now, before you start commenting, I know that I've been doing a lot of videos on the Kirbys. I know that. But here's why. I'm trying to get people to understand just why they're so good and why they are one of my favorite machines. A lot of average consumers will not understand anything about that. I mean, they just won't. And I don't expect them to. But I'm just gonna be honest here. And I'm not trying to be biased. I'm not trying to be, something's wrong with you if you don't like the Kirby. I am totally open to somebody not interested in the Kirby. I understand that. I have nothing against that. What I do have something against is people trying to dictate to me and to others not to get the Kirby. And I can understand opinions, but you need to understand that everybody's home is different. Everybody's lifestyle is different. Vacuum cleaners are not a one-size-fits-all, regardless of what it is. I understand that a Kirby vacuum is not for every home. I understand that it is heavy for most people. I understand that it is large for most people. But the point I want to make is you have got to get perspective of these machines and get the whole sales tactic stuff out of your head. You have to. Because if that's the only lens that you're looking at the Kirby vacuum from, you are really missing out on a lot of benefits. So, and like I said, I understand it's not for everybody. I understand that not everybody can afford it. I understand that not everybody has the space for it. And not everybody has the strength or the physical abilities to use them. I understand that. But if your only reason for not wanting a Kirby or not even considering a Kirby or researching a Kirby is because of the whole sales tactics and you think it's a scam, you need to really look beyond that. I'm not saying that the way that they sell these things is necessarily right. I don't agree with the way they push them. I don't agree with the way they try and, snatch you in to something that you really can't use or won't work for you. But I will say that a Kirby vacuum cleaner will last you so much longer. And we're talking 30, 40 years, folks. We're talking a long time. And if you think about how many vacuum cleaners you've had to buy in the last 10 years, in the last 20 years, in the last 30 years, you only buy this machine once. And other than parts and repairs down the road, you're not really paying all that much. Now, some people will say, well, why would you have a machine if you have to constantly maintain it? When has anything ever lasted an extremely long time that you haven't had to maintain? When has your car lasted an extremely long time without an oil change? When has your furnace lasted you an extremely long time without a filter change and a tune-up and a cleaning? It's the same principle, people. You have got to stop buying into the marketing of these modern vacuum cleaners nowadays. And I'm not saying that they're bad vacuum cleaners, but what I am saying is there is a lot of hype and a lot of marketing of a no maintenance cost. Yes, you can reduce maintenance cost, but you will not completely eliminate it. It is not going to happen. You will pay more money by replacing those vacuums every few years than you would to buy replacement filters and bags and belts on any vacuum. So you're really not saving any money when they're saying no maintenance cost. The next thing I want to touch on is you can get a lot out of these and really not have to worry about them. If this is your only machine, you only have one Kirby, one vacuum, most likely, unless you have a lot of pets or, you know, golden retrievers, German shepherds, cats, or something, you will most likely only have to buy a 6-pack of bags once a year at $15 a year. That's quite a low maintenance cost. That costs you less than it would cost you to fill up your gas tank in your car. That costs you less than it would cost you to get tires on your car. So really, in the grand scheme of things, the whole maintenance cost complaint is just an excuse for not wanting to do the research. you need to do the math, people, with some of this maintenance stuff. And I'm going to tell you, these things are beyond better than a Dyson. And I will say, when I look on the used markets, people will sell a Dyson for way more money, a used Dyson for way more money that's in absolutely filthy condition than they would sell a pretty clean, decent, older Kirby. And I've seen it in the thrift stores too. And I actually have a friend, and you know who you are, I'm not going to mention who it is, but I know somebody who actually finds used Kirby's in his thrift stores for $5. But on that same day, right next to it is a Dyson that is priced at $60 with broken plastic. People do not understand the value of a Kirby vacuum cleaner. They are way, way, way underpriced and undervalued. Now, the next thing is, I've heard people complain about, oh, well, they just don't upgrade a whole lot and don't change a whole lot. My answer to that is there's really no need for them to do that at all. Now, yes, the way homes are nowadays is a little bit different than they were, say, 20 years ago. But this design has been tried, true, and proven for the last 30 years, and it has never failed. And I will say that the failure rate is very, very, very low, if any. And people don't realize just how expensive that would be to upgrade a complete factory, retrain workers, and change the whole landscape of the Kirby design. And especially with people who have used Kirby's for a very long time and who just get new ones every 20 years or so because they feel like upgrading, which they can last way longer than that if you take care of them. People are used to the way a Kirby operates, and the fact that you take the front nozzle off, you have the toe touch control, you have the brush roll indicator, you have the headlight lens, you have the tech drive, you have the hose, you have... People are used to that. And it just makes sense to keep a design simple. It makes absolutely no sense to completely overhaul a design that is tried, true, and proven, because if a machine is designed to last as long as these are, you have to factor in, you need to make parts widely available if that's what your market is. You need to make them accessible, easy to find, common, and fairly inexpensive. And the Kirby company has done that for years. Yes, there's minor changes here and there, but they have done it for a long time this way. And other than some color changes and stuff, everything is pretty much the same design. And you just put on a new part if something breaks or if something wears out. It's that simple. And the cost to repair these, depending upon how good a condition it's in, which most of the time these are well worth fixing. I very rarely see one that I would think is not worth fixing. The cost to repair these, in most cases, is way cheaper than you would spend on a Dyson, brand new. It doesn't even come close to outweighing the cost of a brand new throwaway plastic machine. Not even remotely close. And if you have wall-to-wall carpeting throughout most of your house, if you have pets, if you have upholstered furniture, if you have lots of large area rugs, these Kirbys are designed to handle high demand, high use, and there's a reason why they claim our products are for those who appreciate quality, reliability, and performance. So that's just a few things that I want to touch on. I honestly don't know exactly where I'm going with this, but I'm trying to just get people to understand why it is that I like these. The other thing is, I've heard people say, oh, well, why would you buy anything newer than a Heritage? Because they're just more complicated and there's more to go wrong. Well, there's really not that much more. The only thing you're really adding is the transmission. And I very, 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 very rarely see anything go wrong with those. It is almost unheard of. As I've looked at these, as I've talked with other people and stuff, and yes, the transmissions can act up, but they don't just fully fail very easily. And, you know, regardless of what model you get, they're still miles ahead of a Dyson or a Shark or something that you can get like that. So the whole complaint about, oh, well, just don't buy the new ones, they're all basically the same machine. Yes, there may be some changes. Yes, there may be a little bit of things that they cut back just a little bit, but they are still way, way, way above just about every other household vacuum cleaner on the market. I mean, these things just go and go and go and go. And I understand that after decades of use, that these will wear out and these will get worn out. That's with everything with age. I understand that. But if you take care of what you have already purchased and you treat it nicely and you understand that this is an investment in your home and your carpet, you will reap the benefits and get a major return on investment with this vacuum cleaner. I guarantee it. If you do proper maintenance, if you treat it nicely, if you keep it clean, if you keep the bag changed on a regular basis, if you keep the belt changed on a regular basis, if you are gentle with it, if you are careful with it, and you understand the value of it, then you will get a lot out of these machines. I have a Kirby G5 from 1998. And that thing is almost in pristine condition. It has some paint marks, it has some scuffs from over the years. But that machine, I'm pretty sure whoever had it before took really good care of it. And you know who you are. It was in a fellow collector's hands for a few years, and he decided to pass it down to me because he barely used it, and he knew I would love it. And I appreciate it. But when I got it, other than being a little dirty, there was no question that thing was taken care of. It was almost in pristine condition, and especially the outer bag. There was absolutely no tears, no pilling, nothing. The only thing I had to replace on it so far was the headlight lens because it had a big scratch across the front, and when I took it off, the plastic tab just completely broke off, and that was an original part, so I wasn't surprised that broke at all. All I did was I just went on eBay, I ordered a new lens, got it in the mail, popped it on, and I was done. And that lens cost me $5. So, if you replace parts as they break, replace parts as they wear out, and you take care of your machine, it will last you a long time. Now, this machine I bought in 2017, in December of 2017. So it's been 4 years. And yeah, 4 or 5 years at this point. And it came with the shampooer, all the attachments, other than being a little dirty, just a little dirty. It wasn't bad. It was almost brand new. I purchased it for $100. used from a pawn shop. This one is a 2003. I have done absolutely nothing to this Kirby. The only thing that I've done is change the bags and the belts, and I put in a new roller brush not long after I got it. I haven't even buffed it at all since I brought it home, and I'm gonna do that someday soon because it needs it. It came with all the attachments, everything. Other than being just a little bit grubby, just the tiniest bit, it was not filthy by any means. I just wiped things down, cleaned it up a little bit, but I have not done anything to this Kirby other than put a new roller, new belt, new bag in it for 4 years. And you know what? It is coming up on 20 years old, and it runs and acts like it's brand new. You would not even be able to tell the difference that it's old. These are built to withstand the test of time, and the Kirby Owner's Manual videos, they always say, "Thank you for watching this video, and we hope that years from now, you are still enjoying how your Ultimate G series keeps on working for you." They didn't say that for nothing, folks. Because there's a lot of people who still have these, and they are still going strong. There are people who use these daily, and they still just keep trucking along. And I've said this in past videos, and I'm going to say it again. I look at this as the semi-big rig truck of vacuum cleaners. These things take a lot to wear them out. It takes a lot to destroy them. And they can just run and run and run and run. And they just last forever. So, in conclusion, my final summary of this half-hour video almost. And I'm sorry for wasting your time. But to the average consumer watching this, I need you to consider, if you have mostly carpeting in your home, if you have pets in your home, if you have gone through many vacuum cleaners, I need you to consider this. Now, I'm not going to argue the fact that they're heavy and they're large, and if you're physically not able to do that, I understand that. These are 23 pounds, they're heavy. But if you are a bodybuilder and you lift 500-pound weights every day at the gym and you're griping about this thing being heavy, I have absolutely no sympathy for you. None. And I don't mean to sound harsh, but if you can lift 500 pounds easy, but you think this is heavy, that's just way whack to me. So, and if you keep your body healthy and strong and in good shape and you stay fit and active, most likely this isn't going to be an issue for you. Yes, this is heavier. It's not always the easiest for me to carry around, but I can carry this up and down the stairs, no problem. And I get that I'm young. I'm only 22 years old. But it's about keeping your muscles strong too. And to the vacuum repair people and enthusiasts who like to trash these and bash these, I respect your opinion. I respect if you don't like these. But do not try and shove it in people's face. If you want to get a Dyson, get a Dyson. If you want to get a Bissell, get a Bissell. It's not something I totally recommend, but you have every right to do that. If you don't like the Kirby and you want to say, yeah, I'm just not a fan of the Kirby, you have every right to do that. But to shove it in people's face and throw us down is wrong. It's just wrong. Because you're not giving people opportunities to think about it. And I don't expect every single household or every single consumer to end up buying a Kirby. That's not what I expect at all. But I just want people to know what their options are. And you need to not be so narrow-minded into, oh, it's just heavy and they're too big and they're not modern. You need to consider all of your options. And I'm not against people getting, cheaper vacuums and stuff if that's what they can afford. I am totally open to that. I am totally open to that. I have nothing against it. Nothing against it. I am just trying to recommend machines that will last and last and last, and that are easier to fix for people. Not just the Kirbys. The Oryx, the Sanitaires, the Ricars, all those good machines. But I will say that the Kirby is one of the most cost-effective to maintain because of how simple it is. So anyway, I think I've touched on just about everything that I wanted to cover in this video. I know it was a long video, and I apologize for that. But I just wanted to make my point clear, and I want people just to think about it. And just to be aware, and not be scared to try it. And if you don't like it, hey, more power to you. Okay, so it's not for you. It's not for your home. that is fine. There's more than plenty of other options out there. But the Kirby is still on the market for a reason. So anyway, please like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos.